StockpileStudio is a dedicated add-on module for detecting and measuring stockpiles directly inside PixElement. It is built for workflows where fast, repeatable, and accurate volume calculations matter, without relying on manual digitization or external tools. The module provides automated stockpile detection, manual refinement tools, material assignment, and reporting capabilities, all accessible from a dedicated tab within the interface for efficient volumetric analysis and decision-making. StockpileStudio can be used on both new projects and previously processed projects. To access the module, StockpileStudio must be enabled for the project by checking the StockpileStudio add-on during project creation. When enabled on an existing project, additional processing is required, and you will be prompted to start processing. Every user will be granted a 1-month free trial of StockpileStudio, allowing you to test the module on real projects and evaluate its impact with your existing workflow. Upon loading the StockpileStudio tab, you will see two toolbars along the left-hand side. The first bar is the Add toolbar. Here you are able to select Auto Stockpiles, which automatically detects potential stockpiles based on a confidence threshold. Lower thresholds return fewer, high-confidence stockpiles. Higher thresholds include more detections, but may also capture non-stockpile objects, such as trees or other terrain features. Selected stockpiles will appear with a green highlighted boundary. When you have selected your desired stockpile percentage, click Add All Stockpiles. Pick Stockpiles allows you to hover over individual piles to add them to your selection. The stockpile boundary is automatically detected and added to your selection when you click on the respective stockpile. And Outline Stockpiles, which allows you to manually draw a custom polygon and define a stockpile or area of interest. You can create a polygon by clicking to place individual vertices, or draw more quickly by holding Shift plus clicking and dragging to trace the polygon. The Shift plus clicking and dragging feature applies to all drawing tools in StockpileStudio. To complete the polygon, hit the right mouse button. To finish that polygon and continue to create polygons, hit the middle mouse button. StockpileStudio calculates volumes from the project's digital elevation model, analyzing surface geometry, slope, and elevation continuity to distinguish material piles from surrounding terrain. In most cases, non-material features such as conveyors, stacker booms, light vegetation, small equipment, and minor terrain irregularities are not incorporated into final volume calculations. This is achieved through confidence-based detection that prioritizes stockpile-like morphology and filters out inconsistent surface features. The toolbar located on the top center of the module allows you to undo and redo actions, select all created stockpiles, delete all stockpiles, toggle to show or hide display labels with and without customized labels, edit materials, enter full screen, and select your unit of volume, mass, and currency to be displayed. Upon your stockpiles being created, each stockpile will appear with an elevated overlay of the stockpile, along with a label displaying its name, if given one, volume, cut, and fill. By clicking the blue Expand button on the top right, you are able to view and edit information for each or multiple stockpiles. You can select multiple stockpiles by clicking on them while holding Shift. In this submenu, you are able to see how many stockpiles you have selected and the cumulative volume, cut, and fill of your selection. You are also able to assign a material, open up the Edit Materials dropdown to enter in your aggregate types, and customize the label, name, or description. You can click each stockpile individually or select multiple to give repeat descriptions and material labels. Next, you can assign the base layer. Selecting Auto will use the 3D boundary points of the stockpile to generate the base tin. Selecting Flat will use the 2D boundary points of the stockpile with the given elevations. The base elevation will also be displayed when a single stockpile is selected. The volume is computed using a flat base at a specific elevation. You can specify the exact elevation by entering it to the prompt, or you can click on any point in the scene to use that elevation. If you would like to compare the size of a stockpile to perhaps a DXF or the same stockpile taken at a different time, you can select Compare and upload the DXF of your base tin. Stockpiles stored in bins or containment walls require a different base definition than freestanding piles. When materials sit inside a bin, bunker, or walled containment area, the underlying surface is typically a known flat floor, such as a concrete pad or a graded base. In these cases, select Flat under the base options instead of Auto. After selecting Flat, use the Pick Elevation tool to define the ground elevation of the bin floor. This creates a horizontal base tin at the specified elevation, ensuring the calculated volume represents only the material above the known base surface. If you have multiple stockpiles selected, you can also select Join Stockpiles, which will merge the two together. Next, you can export the DXF or delete the stockpile. Upon completion, you are able to generate a volume report, select your file name, type, and units and currency using the dropdowns, and toggle whether you would like to round to the nearest integer, reverse cut fill values, and use a custom report logo, which you can then upload. Once generated, the report consolidates all stockpile volumes, material information, and totals into a structured document ready for distribution to clients, internal teams, or project stakeholders. The Grow Carve tool gives you precise control over stockpile boundaries after automated detection. If a pile needs to be extended beyond the detected edge, for example, where material gradually blends into surrounding terrain, you can draw a polygon to grow the stockpile to its intended boundary. If part of a detected pile shouldn't be included, such as overlapping material, equipment tracks, or misidentified ground, hold Ctrl and draw a polygon to carve that section out. This keeps boundary definition intentional, so the volume reflects operational reality, not just geometric detection. The Flatten and Unflatten tool gives you localized control over the surface when objects sitting on top of a stockpile need to be excluded from measurement. While automated detection removes most non-material features, there are cases such as conveyors or equipment where you may want to manually simplify the surface in a specific area. By drawing a polygon over that region, you can flatten it to remove the influence of those features on your volume calculation. If you need to restore the original modeled surface, undo your previous flattening or hold Ctrl while drawing the polygon to unflatten. This keeps the edit reversible and ensures your measurement reflects material, not temporary site conditions. The Split tool allows you to divide a single detected stockpile into multiple independent volumes. This is useful when one continuous surface actually represents different materials, phases, or ownership areas. Instead of treating it as one combined mass, you can draw a line across the stockpile to define a logical separation. Right-click to finalize the split. Each resulting section can then be measured and reported independently, keeping volumes aligned with how the site is actually managed. To manage materials, open the Materials submenu by clicking the Expand button in the top right corner of the module. Make sure no stockpiles are selected before choosing Edit Materials. You can also access this menu from the central top toolbar. To create a new material, click Add Material at the bottom of the panel. You'll be prompted to enter material name, display color, density, and cost. Be sure your preferred units of volume, mass, and currency are set in the top center menu before entering density and cost values. This ensures calculations are applied correctly. Once materials are created, you can assign them to individual stockpiles. When a material is assigned, volume, mass, and total cost are automatically calculated and displayed both in the stockpile labels and within the stockpile information panel. This allows you to move from simple volume measurement to full material tracking and valuation within the same workflow. Use the 1-month free trial to test it on real projects and see how it improves speed, consistency, and confidence in your volume reporting.